Okay, welcome back to another video. I'm very excited to talk about this topic because it's something I feel very passionate about, and it's basically something I would have wanted my younger self to hear, and so I hope I get to share with a few of you and connect, and hopefully it resonates. So this is my message to younger people, younger teens, the youth, because I'm 19. I'm about to turn 20 at the end of this month, and it's a chapter in my life that's going to be closing soon. I mean, I already feel like more of an adult than a teenager, just because I'm living alone. I'm working, but I can still remember everything that the teenage experience really goes through. And as people get older, like, just generally, you move on and you evolve, your worries evolve, and so you don't really reflect back on those earlier years. But to me, those years are tough. Those teenage years are really tough because so much is changing, and so much is changing rapidly. And with each generation, just society changes so much. The rate of change, the speed we're progressing is pretty nuts. It's crazy. And the technologies that are coming out, and I grew up in an age of social media, and I grew up, I was an iPad kid. I was constantly, I had a social media account very early on, and so I understand what it's like to be in the digital world, and now I understand what it's like to be in the real world, and those are two very different things. The other thing I'm very passionate about is, I'm a guy. I'm mostly speaking towards like the male audience, and I can't really talk about the female experience because I'm not a female. I didn't live through that, but the male experience has changed a lot, and it's something that worries me, but also it's something I feel passionate about. Just the idea of like men's mental health, the idea, this new epidemic of male loneliness that we're entering. I think it's important to think about like the root causes of the issue. And I want to just personally say, if any young male, young man is young teen is watching this, I understand it's difficult. It is. It's hard, and you're gonna go through struggles. You're gonna go through periods of just uncertainty, and you're gonna doubt yourself, and there's gonna be a lot of times where it's gonna be very messy, and that's all a process of discovering who you are and discovering what path you're gonna take on Earth. But I understand that in this day and age with social media, it's very, very easy to get bogged down and to be weighed down by other people's perceptions and opinions of you. And ultimately, you'll realize they don't matter. They don't matter at all. The reason why I come here, partly to Central Park, every day is to realize that people live their own lives. People are in their own worlds, and when you're young, you're prone to thinking that other people's ideas and opinions and perceptions of you matter the most. But that's not actually the case, and it's actually, you can't even accurately predict what other people think about you. It all comes down to, it's really a reflection of what you think about yourself in those moments, and your mind will just confirm it. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it's difficult because it's being reinforced by social media. It's so easy to just look through everybody's lives that in real life and compare them digitally and see like a highlight reel of them, and you think you're just behind. You think you're just you're not where you're supposed to be at. But all of that is nonsense. You are exactly where you're supposed to be at right now. You are supposed to be making mistakes. You are supposed to be, feeling doubtful, uncertain. It's a hard period of your life, and I think it's the hardest because you're just young. You don't have the necessary tools. You're not equipped with dealing with hardship and adversity, and it's your first time going through it all, and you just, and you're dealing with growing up. You're dealing with, your parents, with like the community you're in, and it's a lot. But I just want to reiterate that it gets a lot better if you're struggling, especially with mental health. I was someone who, struggled with a lot of anxiety, depression, even periods of suicide ideation. And, it's something that now I'm able to share and I can be vulnerable about, because in those moments it feels very lonely if you're not able to reach out to anyone. But I just want you to know that, again, you're not alone in this journey. And, the youth mental health is something that's getting worse. Statistically it's getting worse. I don't know what's actually going on. I think it's pretty bad. And I'm trying to do something about it. I'm just trying to share my message, share that things do get a lot better, and it comes with time, and we're here to evolve, and in those moments of uncertainty and in times of weakness, it's ultimately to get you, it gets you stronger. You're able to deal with more of life, and in those moments you aren't able to see like the bigger picture, and you don't really know how the world works, and you're just figuring it out. You're figuring it out, and you just have to have that resiliency to know that you'll be okay. You'll be okay, and everything will work out. And now that I'm a little bit older, people, like, no one has anything really figured out. People are all figuring it out on the journey, and life may not get easier, but you'll get stronger, and you'll be smarter. You'll understand how to handle situations. That could be going through friendships. You're struggling through your relationships. You don't know who your group is. You don't know. You're just trying to see who you fit in with. You're trying to see, like, if this person is right for you. You're gonna go through relationship struggles. You're gonna go through breakups, and you're gonna think, you're gonna extrapolate and think, oh, maybe I'll never deserve, this relationship. And it's a lot of unnecessary worry that happens when you're a teen. And it's weird because, after that time, you'll never get to go back to, being like a kid again, being a teen again. And so I really just encourage you to, one, reach out if you need help. It's very important to speak up, because no one knows what you're thinking. No one can read your mind, and you can't read other people's mind. And that leads me to point two. It's, don't overthink and overcomplicate and try to overanalyze things that are going on in other people's lives and what they're thinking about you, because it just creates unnecessary stress and anxiety, and you don't need to worry about those things, because at the end of the day, no one really is thinking about you that much. If people dislike you, it's hard, but at the end of the day, you're not here to please everyone. You can't be like everything to everyone. and it's something you'll understand with time. But just try to keep that in mind. Try to keep that in mind. And another thing is, just have fun with it. Enjoy the moments. Enjoy the spurts of spontaneity. Enjoy the spurts of happiness, of pure joy, of connection, and also enjoy the moments of, what am I doing? Like, what am I going to do? You don't know what the future holds. Just try to enjoy it all, because it goes by fast. I think everyone says that, and your life will get better if you're going through struggle right now. You will become just a better version of yourself, and you have to have faith within that. And so that's just my loose advice, but I just wanted to reiterate, especially for like the male audience, like this age we're in right now, there's a lot of temptation, distraction, and a lot of BS, and I want to hopefully just cut through all of that and share that what you see online is not what is out there in the real world, and your connections will get better the deeper you understand yourself, the more you learn about yourself, the more you spend time with yourself. Your relationships will get better. You will just learn to grow, and you'll have to fall in love with that process, and you have to accept things for what they are and accept things that happened in the past for what they are as well. But again, unfiltered, a lot of thoughts that just happened, and I'm having fun with this. So I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, I hope you stay grounded, stay present, stay positive, and stay real. Thank you.